Ejection, rejection, and dejection. All three of those things occurred last night. We'll talk about those as well as three new plays that I like for today's NBA slate. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. What is going on, good people of YouTube? It's me, Chavez. I'm back with another NBA player prop video for you. Today's Wednesday, December 13th, 2023. As always, I hope this finds you doing well and in good spirits. Three new plays to talk about in today's video. Before we get into those, we'll go ahead and touch up on some injury news in the NBA. And as always, we will recap our previous day's plays. And let's just jump right into this, okay? So not wasting any time, we talked about we've talked about a lot of plays in yesterday's live stream, but these are the two plays that I settled on. These are the two plays that I was rolling with, riding with, and this is what happened. So big hot pile of garbage. Ejection is what happens when you open hand slap a man in the face. That's what Draymond Green did. Continues to surprise me in finding new ways to be kicked out of games. I shouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, I always am. Did absolutely nothing in the first half. The ejection had nothing to do with this play. This play was cooked well before the ejection, but the ejection was just like, of course, it was going to be one of those damn nights. Devin Booker doesn't go over his RA, like that line for him as well. Didn't go over it, doesn't matter, because as soon as Draymond's line didn't hit, this slip was cooked, and that's about it. So this slip was rejected by society. This slip was rejected by humanity, by the world. The universe totally rejected this slip. And dejection is what I felt afterwards. That's how I felt. Super dejected. Really like these plays going into the slate, and they didn't work out for us. In a two-pick power, there's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to run. You get nothing. Zilch, zero, nada. You get nothing, sir. When your slip doesn't hit, you get shit. You don't get partial payment. You don't get partial payout. Nothing. So as soon as Draymond didn't hit, this slip was done. And that was pretty much it. So that's a wrap on that slip. We go 0-2 with our plays. I don't like it. I accept it. Losing is part of this business. It is part of this DFS world. So if you aren't accustomed, or if you're not open to the concept of a loss, then you are going to be in a world of hurt, because losing is just part of the business. And when you win, you win. Listen, I'm up on the week, $600 on the week, going back to Sunday. I'm in a good spot with bankroll. I should be very grateful and thankful for the money that I do have in my account. However, every little loss hurts, and this one hurt just as much as the other ones. So we want to make sure this losing doesn't get too crazy. We want to stop it. We want to nip it in the bud, and hopefully these three plays that we're going to talk about in today's video helps us do that. Before we get into those plays, we are going to recap some injury news, or touch upon some injury news, I should say, in the NBA. All right, injury news is as follows. We got Trae Young, who is probable. We already know who's ruled out: Bam Adebayo, Haywood Highsmith, Marvin Bagley III, Jalen Duren, DSJ, and Mitchell Robinson, who's out for like 10 weeks with that ankle injury. Questionable headline by Zion Williamson there. And then doubtful, we know Mark Williams probably will not be playing in today's game. So opens up a ton of usage for Nick Richards. All right, that's your injury report for Wednesday, December 13th. Keep your eyes open for updates, because as we know, throughout the day, this will change. And now we get into our plays for Wednesday. Listen, I'm a man of my word. When our slips don't hit, our kicks don't hit. When our slips don't hit, we got to wear the Ortho New Balances. We're back to wearing the orthopedics, these ugly goddamn shoes. But because we go 0-2, this is what happens. J's are for winners. We did not win last night. I did not win last night. So this is what we got going on here. Got the Grinch on the screen, because that's what happened. Our shit got stolen from us yesterday. Grinch stole our shit. And I'm in a Grinchy kind of mood today, if you can't tell. So we got plays to talk about today, three of them. Before we get into those, I'm always going to give love to my partner on this channel. Props.cash is what I use to break down, to dig into all player props. So if you have any interest in using this for your own research, do so. Sign up using my promo code Thanks25. Get 25% off your first month. Why wouldn't you want to save money? Save some money, thank me later. All right, let's get into our plays. First play we're going to talk about is our thumbnail cover, Brandon Ingram. You got a few player props that you can play today, but with the news that with the questionable tag on Zion, in the event he doesn't play, I think a lot of these get bumped. So looking at his assist to start things off at 5.5, like the over on his assist. Second play, we're going to Tyrese Halliburton. 3-pointers made, 3.5. I like the over on this one. Milwaukee's defense versus point guards is terrible. We'll talk about why I like this one, but right now, just know we're taking the over on his threes. And then last play of the video, Caleb Martin points sitting at 16.5 versus the Charlotte Hornets. I also like the over on this one. Let's take these three plays. Let's head over to props.cash and let's start breaking them down. All right, we're going to start with Caleb Martin's point prop. I already have it pulled up on the screen. It was the last prop that I dug into. Currently sitting at 17.5. Prizepicks has this 1 point lower, so we're already getting a nice little discount here. Never mind these projections, because these projections are set based off these current odds. So when we reduce this line, it will impact the projections. We can see that in his last game versus the Hornets, he did put up 20 points. Now remember, Caleb Martin has not played the full season. He was on the injured list for a while, and he was out and came back just in the nick of time because the Heat really missed his scoring, and Heat really missed his energy. So over the last 5 games, we've seen him hit this over in 3 of the 5 games, and then over his last 10. We do have to factor in this. I mean, this is all part of his game log, but we do have to keep in mind that he wasn't playing his full minutes when he got back. So a lot of this shit is not accurate in my mind. I think we focused on the minutes right here against Brooklyn and forward. So that's kind of where you see him starting to get back into his usual role. And since that, he's hit this over in 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Charlotte's defense is trash. We know that. They are green. They are lit up green like the 4th of July. They are lit up right here. They are lit up so much, in fact, that you might need glasses when you're looking at their defensive statistics. This shines so bright. All right, enough about them. We know their defense is not good, but we got to take a look at this anyway. So points, bottom of the league in points allowed, bottom of the league in rebounds allowed, assists allowed, 3-point made and 3-point percentages are also bottom of the league. So for Caleb Martin, this is a great matchup, not based off this alone, but because of the previous game, we already know positive history versus the Hornets. So keep in mind, as long as Bam is out, as long as Hero is out, it's going to open up minutes for guys like Caleb Martin. Usage role should be on the up and up as well. So I think this is a great matchup for him. We're getting this at a discount over on Prizepicks. I'm rolling with the over 16.5 points for Caleb Martin as our first play of the day. Next play we'll talk about is Tyrese Halliburton, 3-point made. Now you're probably asking, why aren't you going to go with his points? You can go with his points. You want to play his points? Play his points. I'm playing his 3-pointers made, and I'm here to tell you why I like this line. So set the 3.5 over on Prizepicks. We can see that he has gone over this in 60% out of 60% of the time in his last 10 games, but in his last 5 games, not the best of numbers. So this drops down to 40%. Still hooking it. He's right there. He's gone over in those 2 games. When we take a closer look at these last 5 games, we can see that Tyrese Halliburton has attempted, 10 3-pointers over the last 5 games. He just needs to make them. It'd be a little different if he wasn't getting any looks or if he just wasn't taking any 3-pointers. But he's averaging 10 3-pointers basically per game over his last 5 games. In order for him to go over this, we need him to hit 40% of those. You can see that over the last 5 games, he's right at 40%. He's a 40% 3-point maker over the last 5 games. Over his last 10 games, you can see similar statistics here. You can see that he has attempted a little over 10, and he's a 45.5, basically 46% 3-point maker. Listen, we talk about the Bucks defense a lot when we write people up versus them. Their defense is just not the same. We'll keep going over that. Dame Lillard has never been considered a premier defender in the league, and his defense versus opposing guards is not good. I think this is a matchup that Tyrese Haliburton can take advantage of, and I look for him to come out, and I look for him to shoot and shoot a lot. And fingers crossed, 40% from the field. That's what we need him to be in order for him to go over this line. So taking a look at his head-to-head matchup, you can see he's gone over once, gone under once, over by one, and then under by one. So averaging 4 3-pointers made versus the Milwaukee Bucks. That is exactly what we need from him today. I'm rolling with the over 3.5 3-pointers made for Tyrese Haliburton for play number 2. Last play of the video, let's talk about Brandon Ingram. 5.5 assists. I like the over on this one. Heavy juice to the over. That is a good thing right here. We can see that Washington's defense does allow bottom of the league. They allow the most assists per game. They are dead last in the league in that category, as well as dead last in rebounds allowed and dead last in points allowed. So if you want to take a look at any of these other stats, these other props for Brandon Ingram, feel free to do so. He's in a fantastic matchup, but his assist is that's what's popping to me. We can see his projections closer to 6 than they are to 5. This one looks in a good spot. And then taking a look at his last 10 games, you see he's gone over in 60% of these games over his last 5. Even better, 80% hit rate in those games. Now his head-to-head matchup with Washington, there is none to speak of this season. He has yet to play them this season, so we won't worry about that too much. Let's focus on his last 10 games and his last 5 games. Also, keep in mind, possible that Zion Williamson does not play in today's game. He's currently questionable. And if that's the case, if he gets ruled out, best believe a lot of Brandon Ingram's lines will get bumped up. So if you want to jump on this early and avoid the line movement, I think now's a good time to do so. I'll be rolling with his assists over 5.5. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be our third and final play of the day. All right, if you made it this far, and I hope that you did, I pray that you did, because it wasn't that long of a video, consider subbing up to the channel. Tons of support from everybody on a daily basis. Can't thank you enough. Every sub, every like means a ton. It just helps this channel get bigger every single day. So you matter, your support matters. Definitely consider subbing up to the channel. Drop that like, drop a comment. Let me know what you like on the board, as well as your thoughts on today's plays. And as always, regardless of the player props you roll with, mine, your own Skywalker's Fantasy Aces. I love Fantasy Aces. I've been watching his videos for a while now. I've been meaning to give him some love, been meaning to give him some props in my video. So Fantasy Aces, I love his breakdown. I love his whole vibe is very chill. I respect that. So regardless of the player props you roll with, regardless of who you watch, I hope they all respect the damn coin. Best of luck to you all, and until my next NBA player prop video, live stream, YouTube short, Chavez is out.